Somebody's going to the Sweet 16. Badgers at 27-9. An 85-66 win over Montana. And BYU with a win over VCU. They've won 10 of their last 11 games.
Both of these ball clubs can flat out score the basketball, so I'm looking for some very good and efficient offense early on.
BYU scores about 81 a game. Wisconsin right on 80. Keba and Stephen Crowell set to get us underway. And it's going to be an easy tap to Dimon, the point guard. Down in the corner, going to get an opening look for three, and it's going to be short, but kept alive by Saunders. Dimon on the drive, turns, wheels, and deals, and got it.
He's got that in his game. That's a big point guard, about 6'8", 6'9". Anytime he gets into that mid post, he just fades on the small defender, and it's like shooting over a chair.
He had 14 the other night, including 3 threes, and he's got the opening bucket of the ball game.
A lot of scouts like them, and they like the size, the versatility.
Here's Crowell on the baseline to even things up for the Badgers. Saunders thought about it, reloaded, and fired.
I told you both these ball clubs can score. They're not disappointing right now.
76th three-pointer of the season for Richie Saunders. Trying to feed the post. Wisconsin throws it away. Dimon leaves it to the lay-in.
Nice pass. Dimon did a great job drawing Crowell in, drops a nice bounce pass, and the big fella knows how to finish.
Keba with the lay-in. And the Cougars jumped out to a 5-point lead. That's cut down to 2 by Crowell.
That's the versatility of Wisconsin. They have bigs with size, but most of their bigs can shoot from the outside as well.
You see there Crowell at 18 and 4 rebounds on Thursday. Diego Dimon. Here's a fadeaway jumper in and out. Wisconsin with the board, and Tanje's got his first touch. Blackwell, baseline drive, ran into some traffic, got it out to Tanje. John for 3, in and out.
BYU looking to push that pace right from the jump. Every time they get that basketball, they're looking to get up tempo and score for good reason.
That was a nice drive by Saunders. He gave it a little dead leg, kind of looked like he was going to slow down, and then he put on the burners.
BYU is all about tempo, tempo, tempo. And right now the tempo's in their favor, and they're going to keep pressing the action.
They work it around the perimeter to Nell, and then back on top to Dimon. Cross court. Mag thought about a 3. 9 on the shot clock. Wisconsin doing a good job defensively. Dimon's going to go over the 7-footer. That didn't work.
That's not really his strength.
Refresh the madness with Coke Zero Sugar. We'll get an exclusive offer in the Wendy's app. Kevin Young was associate head coach of the Phoenix Suns before coming here to BYU his first season in Provo. Took over for Mark Pope, who went on to his alma mater in Lexington, head coach of Kentucky. Now brings it up on top. Now 5 on the shot clock again. Dimon might have to hoist another one. He will. And he's fouled.
You can't do that.
Like Klesmit. That's a bad foul.
It's an awful foul because you did what you're supposed to defensively. Dimon's going to have to take a tough 3-point shot with the shot clock running down. And Dimon only shoots 27% from 3 anyway, so you totally bailed him out right there. There's a clear foul right there on the elbow. Right in front of the official.
Dimon, a decent free throw shooter. strokes that one. 2 more to come.
He's an intriguing NBA prospect when you talk about a guy with that type of size. It's a true point guard. Has the height to see over the defense. We saw early on when he had the mid-range jumper what he does to small defenders in the mid-post. Good vision also. He just has to improve his three-point shot. But we've seen a lot of guys start off not being great three-point shooters as they get more and more in the gym. That aspect of their game comes along.
He had 3 of those the other night. So
he didn't look like 27% in the first round.
No. Wisconsin now, Klesmit sat down, and that brings out McGee playing the point for Wisconsin. Tonje kicks it back outside Blackwell's triple is good.
Great job by Tonje right there, causing a problem, forcing the defense to react, and then finding Blackwell at the top of the key.
Keita hands it off to Mag. Bounce pass in the paint, and the extra pass is good inside for Keita.
Early on, this BYU offense has been really crisp. A lot of ball movement, everybody getting a chance to touch it.
As a push from behind by Keita. He picks up his first foul. We expected some quick offense here in Denver. We're getting some quick offense here in Denver. All right, Jamie, thanks. So Auburn and Creighton have an ad on TBS if you want to check that game out. And the winner of that one gets Michigan, the team we saw win earlier here today. Richie Saunders up and under, showing his versatility. As Brendan said, he can do it a lot of different ways. He's got 7 early.
And now BYU drops back into that zone. The zone was one of the main reasons why they were able to beat VCU in round 1. Let's see what happens tonight against Wisconsin.
Tonje, 3. Bounced around and out. Battle for the rebound. Should be a tie-up. And possession arrows Wisconsin's.
BYU very fortunate. Tonje came out on the other side of that screen and no one was guarded, no one was home. And this right here is Mag in transition, drops it off for Saunders, and he puts it in reverse. As BYU continues to play with an incredibly brisk pace.
McGee out there at the point for Wisconsin. Here's Tonje, baseline 3. I thought he got fouled. I guess he did.
No, they're calling a foul.
All right.
And now we've had 2 3-point shooters for both ball clubs fouled on contested threes.
And that one's on Dallin Hall.
Just can't happen.
The run by, and that will send Tonje to the free throw line for 3.
And Tonje's such a good scorer. You don't want to let him get going by getting some easy free throws. He misses that one.
He was 9 for 9 against Montana, so that's his first miss here in the region. First team All Big Ten, second team All American. Got the second one. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download now. Tonje started his college career at Colorado State, and then an injury-riddled year at Missouri, and now a star in Madison. Got his first 2 points of the game. Saunders, I think he was trying to leave it up there for somebody else to go get.
I think that was supposed to be a lob for
Traore.
Traore, yeah.
And inside, Wisconsin, Nolan Winter, his first basket. Hall trying to get away from Blackwell. Traore with a hook shot, no good. Tonje the rebound. And ahead to Blackwell, who was the star Thursday for Wisconsin. Here's Winter for 3. And loose ball rebound. Traore gets it ahead to Hall. Dimon, turnaround 15-footer. This one rims out. Traore had a hand on it, and he might have gotten smacked in the eye.
Yeah, right now, Wisconsin has numbers. Traore is behind on his trail to play, but he's able to get back in there.
Quick hands by Saunders to knock it out of bounds. Here's another look on the other end.
He had the offensive.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the nose.
Wow, he got smacked in the face and on the arm. You have to wonder what the baseline official was looking at right there. That's a smack to the face and the wrist.
He's got tears in his eyes still by that hand of Carter Gilmore coming across his face. Nice feed. Up, under, and out.
Oh, everything but the finish.
Xavier Amos couldn't get it. Stewart. Guarded by Crowell. Trying to pack it down low. Traore gets it right back out to him, and now the three-pointer on the way is short. Wisconsin works it around the perimeter. Back out on top to Crowell. And now Tanjay got his man up, got it back on the pass and scores.
Great kick and goal action. Excellent pass by Crowell. Even better cut by Tanjay.
Wisconsin back to within 2. Hall on the dribble. Got it inside. Traore around or over, however you want to put it. Crowell.
The big fella taking up space in there. Getting right in the Crowell's body.
Najee, 3 is a little too strong. That three-pointer rings out.
See Tanjay right here. Finds Crowell, then cuts right to the basket. Excellent give and go action. I love the two-man game right here. The big fella dropping the dime.
Kevin Young's gone to his bench here for the Cougars. Some guys that hadn't even seen any action on Thursday have already played, including number 5, Vaskovich, who's playing out on the right wing. Has it in hand, back to Baker. 6 on the shot clock, and a foul is going to be on Kamari McGee.
With only 1 day's rest and playing it here in Denver with the altitude, that's probably why you saw him getting to his bench so quickly. Get some of these guys in early. They're not going to play long, but you want to buy your regulars a little bit extra more rest than they normally get.
And Wisconsin likewise. Greg Gard going to Kanicki, who didn't play too much the other night.
That Denver altitude will get to you.
Oh, and the three-pointer. And Vaskovich says, I didn't play, but I'm ready to. Drops the 3.
You got to be ready to play when your number's called.
Not a great shot by Klesmit. Got in too deep and then had some tall timber to try to shoot it over. Stewart on the drive, up off the window and in.
That's nice. Nice patience by Stewart. Got right downhill, got to the floater, didn't over-penetrate and use the glass. I love the offensive execution right now by BYU.
Wisconsin's got a dry spell going. They'd cut this thing to 2, and now they're down by 9. Biggest advantage of the first half for the Cougars. McGee was open for the 3, drives instead, probably shouldn't have. Baker on the run. Kick out. Vaskovich. He thought he had it.
He was fading back already. He felt it. He thought it was good.
Yep. 9 minutes into the game, and it's 23-14 BYU. Crowell working baseline, and he's fouled. He'll be heading to the free throw line when we come back. 10:50 to go, first half. BYU got a 7-0 run the last couple of minutes, and they lead 23-14. Dana caught up with Greg Gard a moment ago.
Coach, right now, it seems like BYU is really controlling the pace. They've been able to get the buckets they want. How can you slow them down?
Well, we got to do a better job of getting back in transition, and that starts with what we do on the offensive end. We've taken a couple quick shots and had a turnover where they're able to get out and run. So we just need to settle in a little bit better.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
At the free throw line, that'll help settle Stephen Crowell a little bit. He's got 6 points here early.
And if you're Wisconsin, you got to match BYU's energy. When you look at the stat sheet and look at all the hustle stats, they're all in BYU's favor. Points off turnovers, 7-0. Points in the paint, 12-4. Second chance points, 8-2. Fast break points, 6-0.
So that ended the 7-0 run. The 2 free throws. Traore with a hook shot in second. And you hear the fans with the foo, not boo, Fuseni.
Yes, and did a great job of ducking in there, taking up that real estate. And once he gets in there and gets 2 feet in the paint, there's nobody that's going to move that big body.
Sanjay, the kick out, back to Crowell. That 3 is off the mark. And you're going to have a foul on the rebound.
I don't know. Didn't look like much to me, but let's see it.
He didn't like it.
Yeah, looked like 2 guys just boxing out. I
Yeah,
definitely couldn't see it on that angle.
I didn't either. Anyway, it's Wisconsin ball.
Definitely, that's all that matters. Gilmore was wide open.
Yeah.
Wide open.
Now
again.
he goes to it, and then a kick out. 3 doesn't go for Blackwell. And out of bounds to the Cougars.
Gilmore was actually open in the lane by himself twice. Just didn't quite realize he felt a defender that wasn't there.
He had a ghost defender, as I was going to say. He sort of scared himself out of the drive.
That happens sometimes. You feel the presence of somebody, and that person's not really there.
Baskovich, air ball.
He's not shy. I tell you that.
On the dribble, has to give it up. 10 to shoot. Klesmit clanged one off the side of the backboard.
Tough shot.
Baker trying to weave through traffic, and they're going to call a traveling violation on him. So he didn't like the foul call, and he didn't like the traveling call any better. Tournament summary: UConn 13 straight tournament wins. Big Ten still perfect, including Michigan here in the game we had earlier, as they came from 10 down in the second half to beat Texas A&M, advancing to the Sweet 16 after an 8-24 year last season. And now Wisconsin trying to keep the Big Ten perfect, but they're trailing here by 9. Sanjay, the back step. I thought he was going to take the 3, but he doesn't. Drives and hits the deck. He's struggling a little bit here in the first half. He sort of did that on Thursday, too.
Yeah, Sanjay 1 for 4 to start the game. Got a couple of good looks. Hasn't been able to really knock them in. These are good. Those are shots that he normally hits. This is a guy that averages 19 points per game. You see the drive right here now, trying to force the action. Draws the foul, but he's going to have to get going right now. He's going to have to be the guy that sparks this run.
Or this guy, Blackwell. Man, the shots aren't falling for the Badgers right now. Dimon pushes it ahead. Stewart will try 3. That's all way off. His teammate grabs it on the baseline. That ball never touched the rim, so the game clock, or the shot clock, continues on. Stewart in traffic. And now it's out of bounds. Still BYU ball, but only 3.6 seconds to get a shot off. CBS Sunday. Don't miss Justin Hartley in the #1 show on television. All new Tracker, CBS tomorrow after 60 minutes and streaming on Paramount Plus. Remember, just 3.6 to shoot. Dimon in.
Got to get up. He doesn't realize the shot clock.
They weren't prepared for that, and the coach is upset, and he should be.
Got to have the awareness. When you take that ball out, everybody has to know we have a couple of seconds on the shot clock. When you get it in, if you don't have something right away, you got to get right to the money.
I actually told them twice, but they obviously weren't listening.
Yeah, I didn't think they could hear you guys.
Sanjay backpedals, and that one won't go either.
And these are shots that he normally hits. Like, he's getting the shots that he wants. He's just not really in sync or in rhythm right now.
This guy was early. Saunders leading the way for BYU with 7. Drive, and the scoop shot is good.
Oh, yes, the scoop.
Trevor Nell.
Nell understood that he had a 7-footer on Winter, can't guard him, went right by him.
Tajay working the baseline, gets it into paint. McGee missed in.
McGee missed the layup. Nothing going in Wisconsin's favor right now. All the momentum with BYU.
And Dimon fouled by McGee. That's a 2 on him. The wheels have fallen off for Wisconsin here in the first half. They're spinning right now for the Cougars, up 11.
Welcome back, Coach. Everything seems to be going your way right now. What are you doing defensively to keep them sort of uncomfortable in their own offense?
Well, we're pretty connected right now on that end of the floor, which is allowing us to get out in transition. I love the pace of the game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
That's exactly what Brendan said. Like the pace of the game. If you're a Cougar fan, they're up 11. Wisconsin right now is shooting 28% from the floor. And BYU on an 11-2 run right now. Well, make it 14-2 run.
Excellent after timeout play. Coach Kevin Young in his bag. The really, really good coaches can put their best players in positions to be successful after timeouts. It's a skill that not all coaches have.
Excuse me, partner. Wisconsin's 0 for its last 9.
Without Tanji on the floor right now.
That 3 goes. That might help the cause. Crowell's got 2 3-pointers here in the first half.
Crowell's been a one-man record. He's got 10 points. The rest of the teammates haven't come along for the party.
That 3 goes on the other end for BYU. So right back to the 14-point advantage as Mag knocks one down.
And obviously BYU dropped back into that zone, but not successful that time.
Approaching the 6-minute mark. Nell on the drive. Up against Crowell. Couldn't get it to go. Janecki for Wisconsin. I thought it was heat check time for Crowell right there. Instead, they take it inside to Blackwell. Nice drive by John Blackwell.
Excellent drive. And without Tanji on the floor, it's going to have to be a lot of Blackwell.
Didn't see what happened at the end of little bump. Oh, not too much. Dimon says, get off me. And the official right there, Gasol was there to split them up.
Getting a little testy. Just a little bit. Right for the birth for the Sweet 16 on the line. You're supposed to be a little testy.
That's right.
Walk up in the man's space. He got to get you out of there.
Here is Dimmon's going to pull up for 3. Got it.
Oh, and Dimon has a couple words for Blackwell afterwards, too.
I don't know if he was speaking in Russian or not, but
I don't know. Listen, I don't know if he was speaking in Russian or not, but Blackwell got the message.
That 3 won't go for Winter.
You see Dimon right here hitting the 3. Blackwell goes underneath. Yeah, I don't know what he's saying. Like I said, Blackwell definitely knows it wasn't positive.
Saunders in deep, throws his shoulder, hooks it up there, got his own miss, and then scores it. And he was looking for a foul on top of that, too. He's getting a little chippy. And it's a 14-point lead. Greg Gard's seen enough. Timeout, Wisconsin. BYU racing out to a big lead. Jimmer Fredette enjoying it. Remember back in 2011, Sweet 16 run with his shooting. This is a sign that they had his Jimmer time, peanut butter and Jimmer time.
Okay.
And that's 14 years ago. That guy was a little kid. It's the same sign.
Man, that boy, time flies.
That's too good. For Wisconsin, they need that 3 from Blackwell.
Yes, definitely. Big time shot for Blackwell. Wisconsin needed somebody to respond. Stop the bleeding.
Ball in the lane, got it down on the baseline, knocked out of bounds. Going to be Wisconsin ball.
Right there, you see Blackwell stepping right into that three-point shot, shooting it with confidence.
John's second three-pointer of this 8-point first half so far for him. Tanjay, when will he get off the snide?
Right there, yes. Strong drive. Use that off arm a little bit to create some space.
So 5 straight points for the Badgers. Saunders almost got away with a walk. Tried to tip in his own miss. And Blackwell pulls it down for Wisconsin. And Saunders picks up the foul. He just didn't like the fact that he didn't get a foul called on one end. He tried to hustle and tip it in his own rebound, and then in frustration, at least my guess.
You can see Tanjay get right downhill. A little bit of an off arm to keep Mag right behind him, but I will allow it. And right here, that's just a frustration foul. Saunders thought he got fouled on the other end, took the foul out of frustration. There's no need to do that. You were in good position defensively. Just get back, set the defense up, and see what you get here.
And now officials stop play on the inbound. And we'll just do it again. I think a horn went off that wasn't supposed to. Blackwell started to drive the baseline, brings it out on top to Crowell. Tanjay going up for 3. Nope, can't buy one.
Still can't get that jumper to fall. Great defense by Gilmore, though.
Gilmore comes up with a steal.
Gives Wisconsin yet another possession.
And that 3's no good. Comes right back. Return to sender to Clemson. Klesmit missed a 3. He had one earlier. They're going to give him another try. That one rims out. And got a collision on the baseline. I think it's going to be a foul on Mag as Blackwell hit the deck. So the lead has been dwindled for the Cougars, but they're still up 38-29. Here on CBS, Wisconsin cut into the lead that was once 14, and Blackwell at the free throw line to try to get it back to single digits, but the first one rims out, no good. Winner of this one plays the winner of St. Mary's in Alabama. Oh, Hall,
a little bit of a discard.
The 3-point comes out. Saunders gets a lot of rebounds and does a lot of things around the lane, around the rim for not being that tall.
He's just active. He does it with activity and hustle. Might not be the tallest, fastest, or the quickest, but he makes up with it with energy and effort.
And he can score. He's going to try to score here. Nope, maybe not. Gilmore cuts him off with a pass, but he got the pass inside. And the flush is not going to be the call. It's going to be a foul before that.
But Mag will go to the free throw line.
Yeah. Foul's going to be on Crowell. And Stevens first.
And right there, great backdoor cut by Mag. Saunders really didn't have anywhere to go, but his teammate with an excellent backdoor gave him a way to find somebody to get the basket to.
So Mag started his career at Rutgers at the free throw line. And knocks down the first one. Coming up on AT&T at the half. Get all the scores and highlights, plus the latest NCAA tournament news. That's all coming up. AT&T at the half. 10-point lead right now for the Cougars. Make it 11. Mag got them both. 40-29. Just under 3 minutes to go in the half.
Let's see if Wisconsin runs something deliberate for Tanjay to get him going.
He's trying to get himself going up under and uses the left hand.
That's
smooth.
Tough. That's tough. He wanted that bucket the whole way right there. Mag actually played excellent defense, but he went to the left hand and was able to scoop it in.
3 for 8 from the floor for Tanjay. Baker in traffic and fouled by Gilmore.
Let's look at this Tanjay drive once again. Drive gets downhill. Mag's right there. Excellent defense, but he wheels in, dips the shoulder, and then goes with the left hand off the glass. I'm trying to tell you, partner, that is an incredibly tough shot.
Sure is.
It's one thing to use just the left, but then to use the left off the glass from that angle, whew, that's an incredible skill set.
This is Dawson Baker at the free throw line. 6'4" junior, had 7 points and a couple of rebounds and an assist on Thursday in their first round win. And that's his first point of this one. It's been a quick first half, only 2.5 to go. Drains both free throws to push the lead back to 11 again. Tajay had an open three, drives instead.
Not sure what the call is. I think it's something here on the weak side.
Something away from the ball on Saunders, I think. That would be 2 on him. And that'll probably bring him out. Don't need him to get a 3rd foul here in the last 2.5 minutes.
It looked like something was between Saunders and Gilmore.
Yep. So Gilmore's going to the free throw line, and Saunders is going to the bench.
And that's why the first foul he made was so reckless, because now this second foul puts you on the bench for the last 2 minutes and 21 seconds. If you don't make the first foul, you probably get to stay in, and your team is obviously better with you on the court.
Great point. Carter Gilmore, a senior out of Heartland, Wisconsin. 8 points and 6 boards in the Thursday win over Montana. Looking for his first point here in the first half. Comes out. The rebound is Cata's. Paul driving, lobbing, and Gilmore's going to get a foul and gets tangled up with Cata a little bit.
Nice find. Cata going up top. Definitely a foul on Gilmore right there.
So Gilmore's got 2. So does Kamari McGee, the backup point guard. And it hasn't been for the faint of heart so far in the first half.
It's getting a little testy out here.
Dimon, the inbounds to Baker. Baker lobs it, and Cata finishes it off.
Oh, wow. This place is going crazy right now. The BYU faithful loving it. Cata going up top to throw it down.
Klesmit kicks it out on the baseline. Blackwell loses control on the baseline. Was he fouled? Yes.
The BYU bench doesn't like it at all. They thought he just stumbled.
From our AT&T connected cam, we'll get another look at the flush by Cata.
As you see, Baker go down the lane, draw a crowd, throw it up, and Cata throws it down.
Here's the drive, and it's going to be the foul.
There's not much there. There is not much there.
And that's pretty much what Dallin thinks too, and as you said, the crowd as well.
My eyesight isn't always the best, but I didn't see much right there.
And we're going to have a technical foul on Mag, we understand. And he's saying, what did I do? Now the fans are really roaring. I guess they called him on it for pointing at the scoreboard in the replay of the drive by Blackwell. I think he's saying, I didn't know I couldn't do that.
You're not allowed to point the scoreboard.
I don't know.
So you're telling me you missed the foul. The guy sees that you missed the foul. He's like, look, you missed it. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna take you off.
So what did I do? What did I do? I just pointed at the screen.
I'm with Mag. I've actually never seen that. I've never seen somebody basically say, point at the scoreboard, say, listen, you missed one, and the official's like, you know what, take this with you.
He's saying, you know, you can do that in Australia, where I'm from. I didn't know you couldn't do it in the United States.
Right here, Blackwell's driving. He just falls down. This probably should have been a turnover. So this is a major swing when you look at the fact that a turnover, which would have ended up being BYU's ball, is now ended up with 2 free throws on the technical foul and another possible 2 free throws for Blackwell. That is a huge turn of events.
The only thing that wasn't too painful so far is that Tanjay missed another free throw, which he almost never does. He got the second one, and now it's Blackwell who's at the stripe for the 1-on-1. And Kevin Young's going, "Are you kidding me?"
Hey, come on, man. It's the NCAA tournament. People are fighting to go to the Sweet 16.
Blackwell got them both.
If you're the official in that situation, in my humble opinion, you can't make it about you. You have to show restraint. You can't give a technical foul for pointing at the screen. I'm sorry. You have to be better than that in this moment.
Stewart and the turnover, and so things are going Wisconsin's favor here in the last minute.
BYU has to regroup. They have to regroup. A lot of emotion. They're on edge right now, but they can't let that emotion basically push them to somewhere they don't want to be.
If Wisconsin cuts this down to 7 or around there before halftime, they're going to be thrilled because they were getting drilled by 14 at one point in this half, and we're shooting terribly. Tanjay up, under, in. Got it.
That one. He needed that one. And for a guy that scores the ball as good as Tanjay, all you need to do is see a couple go through. Next thing you know, you're hitting everything.
Badgers have it back to single digits here with just over a minute to play first half. Dimon on a drive with the right hand, doesn't go. It's tipped around, knocked out of bounds. Wisconsin basketball. And now the folks wearing the red come to life.
Ooh, that is tough. We've seen Tanjay score a couple of times on some tough drives. And normally when you're a big-time scorer like that and you score on those tough drives inside, then you start going outside to see if you can get that jumper flowing. Hasn't quite worked out for him yet. 0-4 from 3.
He faked like he was going to take a 3. Blackwell will do it, and too strong. Cater way up for the rebound.
No one was getting that rebound except Cater.
And timeout taken by BYU with 45.9 till halftime, and they lead by 8. 45.9 seconds remaining first half. The Cougars lead 44-36. Wisconsin has never led in this game, and BYU's been up by as many as 14. Dimon on a dribble guarded by John Blackwell.
A lot of dribbling by Dimon. Not really going anywhere, though.
Now he'll try to, or he's going to wait and take his own shot. That's what he does, and he missed it. Queta trying to keep it alive. Loose ball. Wisconsin comes up with it. John Tanjay will bring it into the front court off the BYU turnover. Packs it down to Crowell on the baseline. No good. Rebound off the backside by Dimon. And now BYU can play for the last shot. If they get one. It's going to come from Nell. And he got a 3.
The gamble cost him. Blackwell gambled. He reached. And it ends up with Nell getting a 3. 3-ball corner pocket.
Big shot to end the half for the Cougars, who had a brilliant half and lead the Badgers of the Big Ten
right
by
there,
11.
Right there, you see the reach. You reach, I teach. BYU gets the 3-ball.
And now his 70th three-pointer of the season gives him the lead at halftime. Let's go to Dana.
Richie, I pulled you out of wanting to celebrate there, I know, with your teammates. Give me some sense of what it's like out there, because Brendan called it testy. It seems like you guys are really getting a little chippy out there, too.
Yeah, it's a little interesting. I mean, it's going to shape up in the second half, but, I mean, we just got to stay focused and stay focused on each other, not worry about stuff we can't control.
I mean, you talk about that second half. You guys dominated from the start in the first half. You know Wisconsin can score, and they were getting a lot of shots that just weren't falling. What do you need to do to control that second half the way you did early in this one?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to do what we plan to do. You know, it's really, we got a good game plan, and we just got to get back to doing that. Again, the biggest thing on my mind is we got to stay focused and keep moving forward, not get distracted. That's what it is.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Keep your cool. He was cool in the first half. Led the way with 12 points. 47-36. Our halftime score. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. It'll be the Cougars offensively to open things up here in the second half. Sweet 16 is on the line here in Denver with 20 minutes to go. Dimon, the pass is a beauty to Mag.
Great execution. Great execution. Weak side cut. There was a screen set for Mag as well. He got right to the front of the rim and finished. Once again, an excellent out of timeout play. I mean, beginning the halftime play.
That was a great dime dish by Tanjay as he got it on the baseline to Winter. Dimon, same spot.
Same play, but there's a different wrinkle off of it. Good defense by Wisconsin, though.
Nell kicks it out from the baseline and was fouled on the baseline.
Right here, you see Mag just cut right down the lane, back cut. Winters jumps the wrong way, and Mag slips right to the front of the rim for the layup.
Three-pointer off the mark. Nell's the guy that hit the three-pointer right before the halftime buzzer. That went off the mark. Blackwell rejected initially by Cada, but cleaned up by Winter.
Great job by Winter staying with the play.
Saunders draws a double team, kicks it outside. Nell will try another one. Got that one.
Excellent find right there by Saunders. Understanding that Wisconsin's going to overreact to him defensively right now. Found his teammate for the three ball.
Tanjay's going up with one. Finally got one to go.
And that's a mistake defensively by Mag. He went under the screen. Tanjay's a very strong three-point shooter. You have to go over the top. If you go underneath, he's going to shoot it every time.
52-43 BYU. And going to be a foul on Klesmit, I think, coming around the screen. That'll be his second.
This was a great block by Cada. Not in my house, but Winter would slide right in there and follow that up. And then we see Saunders to Nell for the triple. And right here, that's the play I was talking about. Mag went underneath the screen. You have to fight over the top. Force Tanjay inside.
Dimon the lob, nobody home. The only problem was Winter touched it last. .11 on the shot clock. The lob this time, there's somebody there, but he can't connect. Cada misses.
And Cada was off balance. It was a great find, but Cada was off balance on the catch. He probably should have came down with that one and tried to go back up strong, or if not, pass it to the weak side.
Tanjay, the stop, the back step, was going to take a three, and now ball knocked away, but a foul. Wisconsin ball on the baseline. Blackwell will trigger it if he can get it in, and he does to Tanjay.
And BYU has to be careful. They're in that zone. The last couple of times they went to zone, they've given up three-point opportunities.
Blackwell with the left hand.
And Blackwell did something that was very smart right there. On that drive, realizing that Cada blocked it last time, this time he went into his chest. That is how you nullify a shot blocker's shot blocking ability.
Saunders, three. The catch and release, no good. Rebound, Wisconsin. This is as close as the Badgers have been in a while. Clem's got it. Klesmit, his second three and a big one for Wisconsin.
Wisconsin back in this ball game.
Nell got his man in the air, had it blocked by Crowell, and Wisconsin comes back down, trailing only by 4. Tanjay, three-pointer, no good. Dimon has a look over to head coach Kevin Young.
Coach Young's calling that elbow action.
Saunders bumps with Tonje, missed the shot. Crowell with a rebound. And Wisconsin ball in the backcourt.
This is just a tough jumper right here. Eyes down the defender. Yeah, like I said, it's been chippy all game long. These two teams understand what's at stake. Nobody wants to back down.
McGee in some traffic. Crowell backing in. And it's stripped from him.
Is that a technical foul?
15:53 remaining in the ball game. It's down to a 4-point BYU lead. Here's a look at tomorrow's second round schedule with the opening game on CBS, TNT, and TBS. Defending champion Huskies against the top seed Florida, Alabama, and St. Mary's. Colorado State, one of the upset winners, taking on Maryland. All starts with Nissan NCAA tip-off show at 5 o'clock on TNT. There was a technical foul call going to that break. It was on the Wisconsin bench, but it was not on head coach Greg Gard, who you saw way out there by the coach's box. So it was on one of his assistants, apparently, and it sends Richie Saunders to the free throw line.
Well, I tell you what, that's tough for an assistant to get a technical foul at this juncture of the ball game, with the game being so tight. Got to keep a cool head.
Saunders hits them both. Let's check in with Dana.
Guys, I was listening in on the Wisconsin huddle, and you know, when a team is down, this is nothing unique, but they were reminding each other, remember, this is about 4 minutes. Let's look at this as every 4 minutes. The 12 is coming up next, and it's how they're going to try to chip away at that lead, is 4 minutes at a time.
And it didn't help chipping away to have 2 free throws, as BYU is now 9 from 9 from the line. But the lead is 6, and it was one time 14.
And that's an interesting strategy, looking at it as in 4-minute increments, as we see Saunders right there with a great take inside. Good footwork. And now we saw Mag knock the ball out of bounds. But getting back to Dana's point about chipping away at 4 minutes at a time, normally you see that when the lead is a little bit bigger, not this tight of a game. So it's interesting that they have that type of 4-minute mentality, as we see Saunders step through right there and get it done with the left.
He is cagey.
Yes, he is. He's my type of ball player. I like it.
Tonje working against Dimon. Blackwell brings it back on top. 9 to shoot. Blackwell the kick out and gets it back. Tonje finally got his man up and open. Got it. Nice patience right there.
Yes, indeed. Didn't rush it. Could have tried to rush one right away. Took his time, step back, knocked it down.
Dimon.
We haven't heard from Dimon in a long time.
And got a foul on Gilmore. That's going to be his third. This was a nice move right here.
See, he could have took the contested one. Pump fake, one side dribble, and now he gets a real easy look. There's a reason why this guy averages 19 points per game.
So he's got 2 twos this half after going 0 for 4 in the first half.
High-level score.
Gilmore goes out without 3 fouls. Crowell sits down 2, so Wisconsin gets a little bit smaller here. And McGee with the swipe.
Great anticipation by McGee.
Tonje step back again. This time has to give it up, though. And listen to the foul. You can watch whip-around coverage of all men's games with Fast Break, presented by AT&T in the March Madness Live app. Foul was on Dawson Baker. It's a little different look for Wisconsin. Just one of the 7-footers in there. And Amos going up with three-pointer on the baseline right off the inbound pass. Not sure that was quite the shot that Greg wanted. Maybe. Saunders on the dribble with 7 on the shot clock.
Oh, wow. Wisconsin faithful don't like it. They're letting their opinion be heard right now. They thought McGee played excellent defense.
That's 3 on him.
I tell you. I said good defense with his chest, active with the hands. I don't know.
He doesn't either. And now Klesmit with a bump. He's got 3. And that's 3 players for Wisconsin with 3 fouls. McGee, Gilmore, and Klesmit.
Well, the officials right now are letting both teams know we're going to take control of this game. We're going to call it tight. Okay, we're not. They got a little physical, a little bit of talking, jawing back and forth. We're going to call it tight from here on out, and the players are going to have to adjust.
Baker weaving through traffic and then lays it up with the right hand.
That was crafty.
Wisconsin, I think, thought he was just going to keep dribbling and go baseline. And he said, no, I'm going to scoop this one up here.
Well, when Baker came off that pick and roll, he had the defender on his back, and then when he weaved through, he kept him there, and then went with the quick inside lay with the left hand. With the right hand.
And that drive comes out, and Janicki hits the deck. But a foul.
Definitely. That's a big body coming over there.
Priore with the foul.
Right here. Look at Baker. He's going to snake back in front of the defender. And right there, nobody home when he finishes the layup.
Jack Janicki at the free throw line. That's only the 8th free throw he's tried this year, and he's only hit 3 of them. Freshman out of White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Wisconsin's got a lot of Minnesota natives on their team.
Missed them both.
Missed them both. No good on a 3. Tipped out. Tanjay picks up the loose ball. He's going to take the 3-pointer on the step back.
They fouled him. Bad foul by Baker. This is the second time they fouled Tanjay on a 3-pointer this game.
Baker's trying to tell the official that Tanjay had kicked his leg out.
He didn't allow him to land, if I saw it correctly. Yeah. Tanjay might have kicked his foot out, but Baker did not allow him the space to land. And that's an emphasis. You have to allow him to land and come down clean. You got to protect the shooter from ankle sprains and things of that nature.
John at the free throw line. Hits that one. He's only now 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. He almost never misses. 91% free throw shooter, one of the best in the country. And he's finding his stroke right now from 3-point land here in the second half, and now at the free throw line.
But those are the type of mistakes that just absolutely drive a coaching staff crazy. You play good defense. You find a way to get a guy like Tanjay shooting a tough shot, and then you bail him out with the 3-point foul.
And that's what I was telling you when you saw that graphic there. 83% on the season from the free throw line. Struggling today, but Tanjay got all 3 of his and cuts the lead down to 4 again. Stewart on a drive, off balance, and was fouled by Tanjay. But Trey Stewart going to the free throw line. Native of American Fork, Utah. the stripe, drains the first one. He's got 3 points. You can get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. Brad Nessler, Brendan Haywood, Dana Jacobson, and our crew here in Denver. Our last game of the week. And a battle in the East region for a trip to the Sweet 16. And BYU has led throughout. They lead by 6 right now with 12:40 remaining in the ballgame. That one's tipped out of bounds by Stewart.
And right there, BYU was very fortunate. They were in a 2-3 zone, but only 4 guys got the memo. Traore was in man-to-man, and he was at the top of the key, and he's supposed to be on the back line.
Blackwell backpedals on the dribble. They work it around the perimeter. 6 to shoot. Blackwell's going to be the man. Rimmed it out. Rebound off to Dimon. Dimon's got a man out in front. I think he wanted to get it to him. Got it to Hall. Back to Stewart for 3. Got it.
Then the Jalen Brunson celebration afterwards.
Well, that 4-minute stretch that Greg Gard wanted Wisconsin to chip away, it's going in the wrong direction right now. Three-pointer, Amos, no. Comes clean to Janicki. Back inside of Blackwell. Trying to bump shoulders with Hall. And does just enough to get the foul call.
Blackwell was determined right there.
Trey Stewart with a big tray right here for the Cougars. It's time for Power Forward, presented by Nissan. The Cougars have led the whole way. Nice break points on that one. And again, Saunders up and under on the drive for the Cougars. And then the line underneath, and Cada slams it home. And they have powered Kevin Young to 25 wins so far this year, and they want at least one more. John Blackwell at the free throw line. Knocks it down. 13 points for John. He had 19 on Thursday. So you see Saunders getting a breather on the bench for BYU. John's 3 out of 4, now 4 out of 5 from the line.
BYU has been running a master class after these timeouts of getting great execution. Let's see if it continues here.
The bench points, Wisconsin has none, as you saw. Here's Baker on a runner.
Like I said, these after timeout plays are putting these players in the perfect position to be successful.
Klesmit playing with 3 fouls. So is Gilmore, who's on the floor. Three ball going up right now. Off the mark. Dimon with the rebound. Hall feeds it down low. Traore is there, runs over Gilmore and scores.
The big fella just made sure he was the only person going to catch that one. Gilmore got the worst of it.
Wisconsin takes a timeout. They had cut into that lead in this half. BYU led at one point by 13. Right now they're up 11. We've only got 10:50 to go. Wisconsin a dry spell right now. Haven't had a field goal in over 4 minutes, and they trail by 11 on our game summary. Partner, what are you looking for the rest of the way?
Well, right now I just love the way that BYU is passing that ball. They're top 10 in assists on the season at 17 a game. They already have 16 with 10 minutes to play. They've been sharing the sugar.
Let's check in with Dana.
Guys, in the Wisconsin huddle, the message was clear. We have a lot of time left. Defend and rebound. Let's get the shots we want.
All right, let's see if they do. Right now, maybe Crow will get one. No, he's going to give it up. Klesmit for 3. That's a pretty good look. They just died on the back of the iron. Wisconsin only shooting 42%, and that's warming up for them. And this guy, look out when he gets warm.
Can't let that guy get a good look.
They've matched their biggest lead.
Ricky Saunders, 43% from the three-point line. Got to make sure you guard him at all times.
Sanjay might get an old-fashioned 3 as he got the jumper.
Incredibly tough shot. Right here. That's just not good enough trying to get back in this game, trying to fight your way back. You can't let one of the better three-point shooters in the nation get a good, clean look. And Tanjay right here doing a great job himself of just getting to the mid-range and raising up over Stewart, who eventually fouls him for the end one.
And it is an old-fashioned three for Tanjay. From the free throw line, cuts the lead back to 11. Kamari McGee checking in, and Klesman, who's playing with 3 fouls, goes out. McGee's got 3 also, though. Midway point, second half. Trip to the Sweet 16 at stake. And BYU has led the entire way. Baker off the window.
Baker has been getting downhill and creating a problem in that pick and roll all second half. He's taking his time, and he is crafty around the basket.
Blackwell driving against Saunders. John's got 16. Baker lost the handle momentarily, got it back to Dimon. McGee almost got his 4th foul. Dimon puts it off the window over him, and it's out of bounds to the Badgers.
Watch Baker come off this pick and roll, take his time. Right there, spins right off Tanjay, loses him, and then uses the glass. That's a big-time spin move. Tanjay looking for Baker.
Baker getting a breather now, head to the bench. And Mag comes back in for the Cougars. Tanjay, the jump stop in the paint. They bring it back outside to Gilmore. Tanjay got his man to slip. The 3 won't go, though. New CBS Monday. Grab your gear and head out with an exciting new NCIS. CBS Monday, 9, 8 Central, and streaming on Paramount Plus. Your team's behind. You just stare at that scoreboard, hoping the gap gets smaller. 8:55 to play, and Blackwell will go back to the free throw line, where he's 4 for 5 today. John's dad played at Illinois for Lou Henson. And he's having another good game. He had a great game Thursday to lead the way. The Badgers in scoring at 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a couple of steals, and having another very strong game here. They're going to need all of him and all of Tanjay the rest of the way if they're to close this gap.
Well, the problem for Wisconsin hasn't been their offense, it's been their defense, as they're allowing BYU to shoot 50% from the field and 45% from the three-point line. Normally, when you give up eye-popping numbers like that, it's going to be a tough night for you.
Dimon on the drive, behind the back pass, out to Nell for 3. Got it.
I mean, look at the quality of looks. The possessions are just so easy for BYU.
Blackwell will try a 3 on the other end, and that goes.
And Blackwell with a big-time answer.
75-66 Cougars. Dimon got a big advantage in height over McGee. Offensive rebound is the Cougars, though. That 3 won't go. And McGee tracks it down in the corner. Crowell's been quiet this half. Tanjay weaving through some traffic. Off balance with the left hand again.
He's taking buckets now. He's taking his time. He's poised. 25 points, 8 of 15 from the field. I know he started out slow, but now he's cooking.
Badgers.
Season on the line. He's stepping up.
Badgers cut it to 7. Nell. Man, he's going to be the death knell to the Badgers if he keeps lighting it up out there.
Definitely. He's a confident offensive player.
Blackwell had it knocked out of bounds. It'll be Wisconsin ball, but 7:23. All that remains, Trevin Nell, number 3 to number 21, and he's got 4 threes in the ballgame. BYU's last trip to the Sweet 16 was 2011. Jimmer Fredette led the Cougars past Gonzaga in that second round, 89-67. He had 34 points with 6 assists. BYU would lose to number 2 seed Florida in the Sweet 16, though. But Jimmer was filling it up. He's been here the whole time watching this region.
You know, it was a long time ago about how baggy the shorts were.
Mag way up for the rebound.
They don't wear them like that anymore. And I tell you what, Jimmer was a fantastic college basketball player. Averaged about 29 points per game. I mean, that's absolutely filthy.
We're at 7 minutes remaining in this one. And a whistle and a foul will be on Winter. Trying to guard closely and maybe force a turnover. Didn't work out.
But that might not be the worst foul in the world, because you put Keita on the free throw line in a one-on-one situation. He's 40% on the season from the stripe.
That's right. I wanted you to say that. I didn't want to touch it.
Hey,
because I think Keita's really a good player. He just can't shoot from the free throw line.
Listen, he does a lot of things well. This isn't one of them, but he does a lot of other things well. Shot blocking, rebounding, and he knows how to finish.
Look at that.
And then he knocks it in.
Atta boy. Good job, Keita.
That's why you see that's why the BYU fan base is screaming so much for just a free throw, because they understand the struggles. This is a big moment for this young man.
They're going to go crazy if he hits both of them. 7 minutes to go. BYU by 11. Three-pointer goes for Klesmit.
And that's the second time he's just read the feet of the BYU defender. They're dropping back off of him. As soon as they drop back, he's just pulling up.
Saunders not. Yes, he is on the floor. Take it back. He's camped out over against Blackwell on the right side. And Nell gets it inside to Keita.
And one for Keita.
He's going back to the free throw line.
Jimmer likes it. And you see Nell right there dropping the dime. Not just a shooter, also a facilitator. And Keita with the and one little push. Bouncing Gilmore up out of here. You see Gilmore hitting with that side eye.
Three-point play.
I tell you what, for a guy that shoots 40% from the free throw line, the stroke looks good.
It sure does. Double-digit lead again for BYU. Tajay trying to drive the baseline. And he's pushed by Nell, I think. John Tajay going back to the free throw line. He's only missed one today. Doesn't miss many all year. After all the games are over, Adam Lefkoe, Jay Wright, Candace Parker, and Seth Davis have all the highlights and analysis on Inside March Madness, presented by Buick. Later tonight, only on TBS. To get it back to single digits, Tajay does. 6 minutes to play, 82-73 Cougars. The number 6 seed leading the third-seeded Badgers of Wisconsin, and they have led throughout.
In Wisconsin, the defense has to start now. 5 minutes to play. Got to cut into this deficit. Got to make sure you take away all good looks.
And that one caroms off of Keita. The pass by Nell had a little bit too much steam on it.
Right there, Nell saw Keita inside, and that was actually right where it needed to be. Keita just took his eyes off of it. Nell knows it, so does Keita. You see Keita pointing right there. Yeah, my fault.
Crowell, his man up in the air, didn't take the three and was almost fouled. Tajay. To Gilmore now. On the side to Klesmit. He's in a lot of traffic. 5 to shoot. Klesmit. Somebody's got to get rid of it here. Got to hurry. And goes down trying, but the three is off the mark. That was not a very good possession for Wisconsin. Good defense, though, by the Cougars. I'll give them that.
Excellent defense. And then right here, just two guys going after it. Gilmore ends up sliding to the bench. Maybe a little bit of contact, but no call made. We'll play on.
Play on at the 5-minute mark. Baker temporarily lost the handle, got it back.
Baker's been a menace for Wisconsin in this mid-ball screen in the second half.
Stewart stops, turns, doesn't get it, but Saunders does.
Wow.
That is a guy that, I guess they listed at 6'5", but he gets a lot of garbage rebounds under there, man. And he puts it back in.
It's just about wanting it, committing to it.
Crowell, that three's off the mark. Gilmore tangled up with Saunders, and it's going to be Wisconsin ball. As Richie's dad.
Well, these are tough moments for a father, aren't they?
They're not so tough if you're winning.
Yeah, but it's nerve-wracking.
Yes, it is. A check in with Dana as Klesmit knocks down another three.
Guys, you were just showing Richie's dad. He's the one that used to take Richie when he was a kid to the church gym at 5 in the morning so he could get shots off. And Richie was telling me yesterday he kept going to that gym because he was convinced that the head coach of BYU at the time lived around there, and he'd see him working out and he'd be impressed by him.
He'd be impressed right now, I'll tell you that.
I know I'm impressed.
He just scored again. Tanjay has to give it up again. Klesmit lost it. Wisconsin turnover.
BYU's going to settle this down, take some clock, and try to get a really quality possession right here. Look for it to end up in Saunders' hands at the end, though.
He's got it right now with Klesmit on him. Hits the extra speed, goes up, almost tipped in. Crowell pulls down the rebound. Blackwell trying to take it coast to coast. Cada just slammed it into the net.
Great hustle by Cada. He was tracking that the whole time. Blackwell never saw him.
Trap in the corner. And Klesmit still down. Took a shot low, I think, with 3:11 remaining in the ball game. BYU trying to pull a mild upset here, and they're up by 10.
Ooh. Oh, boy.
Going to that break, Max Klesmit was down on the deck as he and Blackwell were trapping in the corner, and
Ooh.
yep. I said I think he took a low blow, and now the officials are actually looking at that. Let's bring in Gene Steratore while the officials are talking to us.
Elbow to the groin. You either can go with nothing or flagrant 2. There's nothing in between. It has to be clearly accidental for us not to have a flagrant 2 foul. So we're having a flagrant 2 foul, 125. We can't rule it to be clearly accidental. That's the way the rule is.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
You got that explanation better than I did.
For you, Brad. I knew you guys had somebody that was giving you a little play-by-play, and we'll go with Mike Reed here.
Okay. Thanks, Gene.
The previous play was under review for potential flagrant 2 foul. After review, there was clearly non-incidental contact to the groin, which will result in a flagrant 2 foul. White will shoot 2 free throws and retain the ball, and number 25 has been ejected.
Okay, so a flagrant 2. And now Gene's back with us.
Ness, what we'll do, just to give you a little additional on the flagrant 2, when you have contact to the groin area, by rule, if that contact is not clearly accidental, then they have no option to go flagrant 1. They would have to go with a flagrant 2 foul. In this case, we do see that the player is ducking to try to split two defenders. He does lower his shoulder. It may be incidental, but with him lowering there, in their opinion and their judgment, they felt that that was not accidental. Man. So now you have forcible contact to that area. They will elevate that to a flagrant 2. Dawson Baker is ejected for that. They will have 2 shots, and now Wisconsin will have the ball, guys.
Thanks, Gene, for clearing that up. And our officials also, they had no choice, basically. They came over and told us, you know,
Gene, that's
the rule.
That's a great breakdown. I still don't like it. I don't like it. He's trying to split the trap. It's accidental, but I understand what the rule is, but I just don't like the rule the way it is. And then Baker gets thrown out and basically gets kicked out of the game. And he's been huge for this team. The whole bench has been great. When you look at just what has gone down for BYU, it's 24-0 from a bench point standpoint.
Dimmon's going to try 3. Got it. First points of the second half for Yegor. And that was a big one.
That takes stones right there. You're a 27% three-point shooter. You shoot that from deep that early in the shot clock, you got to believe in your ability.
Tanjay, John's getting his points, but not getting quite enough help other than Blackwell. He's going to drive and take a 2 and go for 2 at the free throw line.
He shot this from the March Madness logo.
Yeah, he did.
Oof. Look, this is deep right here. Shot that from the parking lot.
Tanjay back to the stripe. He's 6 for 6 this half from the free throw line. Saunders back in. And Kebakeda will go out. Wisconsin has only missed 2 free throws in the second half, and it was a guy that doesn't play very often and hasn't shot very many free throws in game action. Meanwhile, John Tanjay's got 29.
Wisconsin pick up the pressure a little bit. Full court press right here. BYU with multiple ball handlers breaks it rather easily. Now BYU is going to settle in, work some clock.
Under 2 to play. And nice job by Kamari McGee with the steal.
Great hands by McGee.
Tipped by Gilmore. Second attempt by Gilmore. Go! The first bench points from Wisconsin. And it's Carter Gilmore and a chance for a 3-point play.
You know what they say, better late than never. As we see McGee get out in the passing lane. Excellent steal and anticipation. Can't get the layup to fall, but Gilmore right there fighting inside and 1.
He can make this a 2-possession game if he hits the free throw. And he does. 89-83. Dallin Hall will bring it up for the Cougars with John Blackwell on him. A little bit of hook there, a little contact, no call.
Just letting him play right now.
Dimon and Gilmore bumping bodies.
They got to find Saunders right now.
Dimon. Timeout taken by Kevin Young.
That's a great timeout by Coach Young. The team was really discombobulated right now. Got to settle it down to get a quality look.
1:27 to play. BYU's lead's been cut to 6. As you see, the game reset. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. What are you expecting down the stretch, partner?
Well, right now for BYU, you probably want to run a play for Saunders to get the ball. Only 9 seconds on the shot clock, so you can't waste any time. As soon as he gets it, he has to get right to the action and try to be aggressive. On the flip side, if you're Wisconsin, you just got to go down and try to press it and do what you can, do what you've been doing to cut this lead down so far.
They get it in Saunders' hands right away. He got around Blackwell. He goes and is fouled by Winter. Did just what you said, get it in his hands and make him go to work, and he did.
In that situation, you know Saunders has to catch it. As soon as he catches it, he has to go. And he understood the assignment. Went right in the winners and drew the foul.
He's their leading scorer, averaging 16 a game. He's got 23 tonight, and a chance for 2 more here. 82% free throw shooter. As his dad says, yeah, it was worth taking him to the church gym.
All those 5 a.m. workouts paying off now.
Got them both. 25 for Saunders. 91-83. High scoring affair here in Denver. Three-pointer and a back step. John Tonje.
Big shot.
Five-point game. 1:11 to go. BYU has led throughout, but Bucky Badger is not going away yet. 91-86, 1:12 to go. It comes down to a free throw shooting contest. Wisconsin would have the advantage, at least normally, especially with Tonje or Blackwell's at the line.
You see, we know Wisconsin's going to extend their defense, but let's just see what type of press it's going to be. Are they just going to go with a man-to-man press, or are they going to go with a man-to-man press with a trap action too? A lot of times you want to trap that first pass. Hopefully you get a lazy pass across the court and you're able to pick it off.
Dimon at 6'9" gets the bounce pass, and it goes out of bounds.
Wow.
To Wisconsin. That was not the plan.
And Dimon just kind of rushed it a little bit.
And Nell couldn't get, he got a fingertip maybe on it, or it was just plain thrown out of bounds. At any rate, it's Wisconsin ball.
If you're not sure in that situation, just call timeout. The possession is too valuable. If you don't think, if you have to question whether the pass is going to get there, call timeout, regroup. You have to value the possessions coming down the stretch.
Meanwhile, with that little break in the action, Greg Gard got most of his guys over there to have a quick chat because the inbound's going to come over near their bench. And they wanted to substitute, but that's not going to be allowed because no time came off the clock on that inbounds play. It's a two-possession game, as it is, and Wisconsin ball.
Right there. Just a miscommunication between Dimon and Nell.
Nell was going south, the pass was going north. And now it's Wisconsin to inbound on that same spot with Blackwell, the trigger man. Klesmit got it to Gilmore. Tonje on the drive, hangs and delivers, and one.
Wow. What a ball game he's having.
Chance for another old-fashioned three-point play.
Started the game off incredibly slow, but guess what? You look up now, 36 points. Looking for 37.
The hang time and then off the window.
This is truly a special performance.
Still hasn't missed a free throw this half.
Wisconsin going to keep with the pressure.
A two-point game with a minute to go here in Denver.
It's Saunders time for me. I'm getting the ball to Saunders. Middle of the court. Pick and roll action.
Saunders guarded by McGee over on that right side. Dimon on the dribble. 10 to shoot.
Dimon's got to do something.
And timeout. BYU with the timeout with 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock and 39 and a half to play in regulation. A trip to the Sweet 16 at stake with less than 40 seconds to go in regulation here in Denver in the East region. John Tonje, as Brendan said, a slow start. It didn't stay slow for very long. Unbelievable second half with three-pointers, with free throws, with drives. He's done it all, and he's gotten Wisconsin back to within 2.
Yes, indeed. This young man is a professional scorer. He can get it done at all 3 levels, and he seeks out contact, and he lives at the free throw line. 14 of 16 from the free throw line right now. That's big time.
And now BYU's got to remember only 8 seconds. I'm sure Kevin Young has stressed that a million times in that huddle right now. The last time they had a situation like this, you said get it in Saunders' hands. They did immediately, and he went straight to work and not only drove to the basket, he scored it off the window.
I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm running something quick to get the ball in Saunders' hands. Dimon has McGee on him, and Dimon's actually taking the ball out, so it's got to be something quick to Saunders.
And look where Saunders is. He's way back in the backcourt right now, guarded by Blackrock. Trying to fight his way through that. They get it in, and now they get it in Saunders' hands. He'll kick it out. Extra pass, Dimon for 3. In and out. Tipped. Whose ball?
I think that's BYU ball.
Shot clock reset to 20 and 30 on the game clock. Take another look at this. Yeah, it went off Blackwell's hand. Ooh, it's closer than it looked the first time.
Yeah, but I think it's clearly Blackwell, though.
The officials can go and take a look at this, and they're going to. They don't want this game and the outcome of this game to be off something like that.
That last touch by Blackwell, that's what's going to do it. This one shouldn't take too long.
The call was off Wisconsin's hands and Blackwell's. His fingers might have been just a little longer than Saunders.
Slightly. It's like it's the last touch. They were both there for a second, and it's that last touch.
.30 seconds game clock. 20 seconds on the reset shot clock. And it's BYU ball. At least we expect that. That's what it's going to be coming out of the officials huddle. That was the call on the floor.
Huh? Yeah.
The officials are asking Brendan his opinion.
The out of bounds call stands. And the game clock will be set at 30.9.
Always good to make sure, and they did the right thing, and they got it right. So the ball's going to be on the baseline. Cougar ball.
So in this situation, the shot clock resets to 20. So if you're BYU, you want to eat to the clock, but you don't want to take it down too far to where you're getting just a wild shot at the end, because there's going to be 10 seconds left at least for Wisconsin.
Inbound. Traore. Now Hall on top. On the dribble against Gilmore. Gilmore trying to make it difficult for him. 8 to shoot. Hall, the crossover. The drive. Hang time. Didn't get it. And rebound. Gilmore's got it on the floor, and I think he got a timeout call. It's going to be Wisconsin ball with 13.1 to go.
Well, you know what time it's going to be. As we see the drive right there by Hall, hangs in the air. Gilmore does a great job right there, contesting without fouling, and then the extra hustle to make sure that he gets the possession for Wisconsin and calls the timeout before he's tied up. Big time play by Gilmore.
Gilmore not only did a good job defensively way out on top, but he hung with it all the way to the baseline and then got the loose ball, as Brendan said. So his biggest play of the night is not his 3 points, it's his hustle right there.
I'm going to tell you the worst kept secret in the building right now.
I know where you're going.
Tanjay's going to get the ball. I know that, you know that, everybody in the arena knows that. So if you're BYU, you have to load up and make somebody else beat you. The guy that has 37 points, 10 of 17 from the field, that has been making a living at the free throw line, you can't let him get the shot. He might even have to be aggressive in sending a double or definitely load up and make the lane look cluttered. But you have to put Tanjay in pass mode, not allow him to be in score first mode.
It'll be Gilmore who made the play to trigger it in. Blackwell and Tanjay and Klesmit will all join him in the backcourt as BYU applies full court pressure. It's in John Tanjay's hands. It's in probably John Tanjay's hands to try to win the game.
It's ISO.
Tanjay stops, pops, fades.
Great shooter by Mag.
And BYU's got it on the outlet, and they're going to win it. The Cougars, the 6th seed, going to the Sweet 16.
Oh, hold on. Kata and Gilmore getting into it. Kata, they got to get Kata out of here. You don't want anything to happen where he can get suspended for the next game. Get him out of here.
91-89, BYU. For the first time in 14 years, the Cougars going to the Sweet 16. And the sorrow on the Badger side as their sensational season will come to a close. Good job defensively there by Mag. The fadeaway. And then the throw out. The game was already over at that point.
This is excellent defense by Mag and great discipline. He didn't take any of the fakes, didn't reach in, didn't send Tanjay to the free throw line as Tanjay was looking for the foul.
And a sensational season for Tanjay and a great year for the Badgers comes to an end.
And we see Stewart right there dunking after time had already run out.
Let's check in with Dana with a winning coach and a happy guy.
I have a very happy coach and a very happy team, and Richie Saunders will be with us here in just a second. Coach, what was that like for you, that moment, your first year coaching here in college, first NCAA tournament, and you're headed to the Sweet 16?
Man, just so happy for our guys and our fans. Feels like we're in Provo right now, but man, just what a great basketball game. Seriously, I mean, those two kids they've got are unbelievably hard to stop. All we needed was one, though, at the end.
And you had to know that Tanjay was going to be the one to take that shot. What was that message to your guys? Because obviously not wanting to get the foul, but having to contain him.
We just said we didn't want him to beat us. He's so good at getting to his spot. He still got off a decent look, but just proud of our guys for hanging in there and just finding a way.
I want to call Richie. Come on over here.
Richie.
What can you say about the performance you got from Richie?
I mean, how many offensive rebounds did he have? It felt like he got every miss. Man, this guy's the ultimate competitor. You know, he embodies everything that we're about. I'm just so happy for him and for our guys.
Congratulations, Coach. Richie, for you, you dreamt of playing for this team when you were a kid. You were here, you're taking them to the Sweet 16. Tell me what this moment's like for you.
Man, I can get a little choked up, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is special, man. Like, this is something like, growing up, just hooping as a little kid, like, this is something I dreamed of, right? And to actually be here is, like, it's just surreal. And we're not done yet. We're going to keep moving forward, but we're gonna take this with gratitude and just celebrate for a sec, but then move on.
We talked about the 5 a.m. in the church gym and your dad taking you there. What statement did your team make tonight to everybody else who maybe didn't know BYU had this in them?
Yeah, man, we're an incredible group. It's all about us. Like I said at halftime, we had to not worry about the distractions, about maybe not getting some calls. We just had to focus on each other, and I hope everybody can see that we're the tougher team.
Go celebrate with your teammates. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to tip my hat to the crowd here in Denver as well. It's been sensational all week. So BYU going to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2011. Final score 91-89 here in Denver. Tune in to TNT and TBS now for live second round games. For Brendan Haywood, Dana Jacobson, Gene Steratore, our entire crew here. Brad Nessler, so long from Denver. We'll send you back to our studio right after these messages.